Okay, so not sure how much of this I'm going to film, but let's start with reading the directions because, in case anyone wants to know how this is done, we will do it together. Um, do 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 do. I believe this was a 1980s version. I've looked it up before. I don't recall. I will look it up again, just not right this second. Okay, this is kit 750 Royal Doll House and easy assembly guides. Work area should be well lit. Choose a place where you can leave materials out until the doll house is finished. Make sure you follow the instructions, correct order, complete each step before going on to the next step. Follow the diagram of wood parts and lightly write on the part number onto each wood part. Keep all wood sheets in the box in correct alphabetical order. Return each wood sheet to the box after required parts have been removed. Do not remove wood parts from sheet until needed. Well, I didn't do that. I don't work that way. They are all in bags by letter, and they are all numbered and all that and sanded, and yeah. Paint, wallpaper, stain wood parts before glue assembly. See important decorating ideas. Make sure that the smooth, clear, finished front side of the wood parts always face the outside of the assembled house. That, since this is so dry because it is so old, and it's 1926, so there's a good chance this is 46 years old balsa wood, and it's pretty thick. It's not the cheap stuff that they make out of today, but yeah, it's kind of hard to tell which is the finished side and which is not. But that I can tell that's the finished, that's not. But not all of them are quite that easy. Check and test fit all wood parts together dry before applying glue. Okay. Materials I need: 1/2 inch wide masking tape, pencil with an eraser, hot melt glue gun, and glue sticks. Not only will this glue save you time during assembly, but it'll be a stronger, completed dollhouse. However, you may use any other good carpenter's or household white glue suitable for gluing the wood parts together. Miniature wallpaper, paint and stain to decorate the interior walls, ceilings, and floors, which are optional. Textured stucco paint and dark wood stain to decorate the outside of the house. I am not going for a Tudor, because they suggested a Tudor style home. I am going more for the beach Victorian seaside haunted house. Look. Okay. This is don't return it to sender if it doesn't work. Go call the manufacturer. I don't even think they're together anymore. It's Arrow is the brand. Decorating ideas. Wallpaper, draperies, and carpeting can be made from actual remnants of wrapping papers, carpet pieces, blankets, ribbons. All these ready-made items can be purchased at leading hobby craft stores. Important, if you do plan to decorate the outside with wallpaper, inside with wallpaper, install window sills, curtains, etc. Do this when the wood parts are flat and not glued together. I'm sorry, it's going to be done. I don't know what I'm doing with them yet. So I do plan on primering it all white primer, because if I don't, then the glue will just soak into the wood because it's so old. And I'm just going to have to deal with it being awkward. And I'm going to paint on the outside, stain the outside. Okay, where was I? If you plan to use electricity to electrify the dollhouse with ceiling lights or baseboard plugins, do not paint or decorate until after the dollhouse has been completely assembled and all electrical connections have been made and are working safely. When the dollhouse has been completely decorated inside, then decorate the outside exterior walls. Do not glue outside trim strips to the house. First, paint the outside of the house in the traditional off-white textured paint, leaving unpainted areas for the brown painted wood trim strips. When the walls are dry, glue on the brown trim strips. Use tape to hold in place while glue dries. Okay, not happening. It's going to be stained, not glued, not painted on the outside. Do not glue the plastic windows into the window openings until the wallpaper and painting has been completed. We have there's plastic stained glass inserts. I love them, but I'm thinking that I might try doing real stained glass. I don't know. It's been quite a while since I've done stained glass. It shouldn't be that difficult, but we'll see. I haven't. That will not come in August. That will be months and months away. You will be seeing me do this forever. Okay. Each wood sheet is marked with A, B, C, etc. Each part of these wood sheets is numbered in sequence assembly. The letter tells you which wood sheet you find on the number of wood part needed. Do not remove da 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 da. I've already done all this. I've taken off every single one. I have F2. I have it on this side also because I just do, because I don't want to have to think about it. Sand the wood parts, I did that. And then start here. So, let me start putting this together, and I'm going to pause you while I do this. I can start it back up again. Let's see. I have a feeling this is not going to be easy, but I do need to paint these. But we have B1. That's going to be B1, A1. I believe this is the floor. Yeah, this is going to be fun. That is not right. This is A1, and that is B1. So let me figure this out, and I will get back. Okay. See you soon. Okay, so I figured out the ground floor. I haven't glued anything yet. A1, B1, and they go together like this. I haven't glued it yet. I wanted to make sure everything looked correct. This piece doesn't click anywhere. It just is glued on top of there for support because putting two big pieces together. This piece has a little notch that fits over this board. And these are uprights because this is the bottom of the dollhouse. So you have basically crawl space under your house. And at first I thought these went up, but looking at some of the photos later on, I think this is the foundation wall, the foundation walk along the edge of the house. So I am going to pause the video again and put some parchment paper down and glue. And I am wondering if I should hot glue the bottom pieces. I don't have any clamps. Well, at least not this many and not this big. So many decisions to make. I know wood glue is easier to paint. But I wonder if I should just spot weld it with hot glue and then add the wood glue. Do not know. Interesting questions. Well, let me do it, and I'll tell you afterwards what I did and if it worked. Okay. Well, good morning. It's Audrey. I meant to come back again yesterday, but I got very frustrated. And why did I get frustrated? Because wood glue, this does not want to come out of the bottle very well. And what I'm going to have to do is put it in a cup and use a paintbrush to apply it. But these long stretches of glue pieces, you can't use a glue gun either, like this seam or that seam, because the glue dries too quickly before you get all the glue adhered to put together. So I glued it with wood glue on the other side just to make it, well, actually I didn't use wood glue. I used my beloved Cosmic Shimmer glue, and I need to go buy a couple more bottles because obviously I'm not going to be using that for paper crafting. I'm going to be using it for wood crafting. But it does adhere pretty good. And so I glued the other side. It's just this is the front porch, you know, the lip that goes around the house, and this main seam that's underneath this piece of wood. I glued that first. I taped it with my painter's tape, and then I let that dry overnight. I came back this morning. I came around and hot glued. Well, I want more white glue than hot glue to make sure they're sturdy. This is the bottom. No one's ever going to see this. This is where the spider webs live, or the spiders, or whatever demons you want to live under your house. Now, this is not per se a haunted dollhouse. It is a witchy house. Is it going to be haunted? I don't know. Not in the traditional sense. Will there be a friendly ghost or two spirit that might linger? Of course there will be. But it's not, I'm not going for the Halloween witchy vibe. I'm going for the everyday witchy vibe. Because Halloween is just a couple months of the year. I want to enjoy this year round. So then you glue I-4 down, and it is just a plain piece of wood. You glue it down over the seams. That was the easiest part of all, because you just glue it down. Glue it down, and then you know where to put everything else. So this one has a little lip cut out of it, and that little bridge, so it's still straight. You glue these to the end to that. So we have this frame that pops in this, and then we can turn it over, and it goes. It is pretty sturdy. And yes, I have that. See, my white glue is not dry yet. And that, I'm so used to paper crafting where everything is instantaneous that when it's not instantaneous, you get frustrated. So, I'm gonna go play around and try to figure out the staircase, because I believe the staircase is what is next. And that has quite a lot of stairs, and let me figure that out, because we need that built before we can put a wall up. And I think it goes, our next wall will be over here. So let me pull those pieces, and I'm gonna figure them out, and I will get back with you for the next step. And no, maybe as I go along, I will film, but they don't snap together well. And because this wood is over 40 years old, some of it has dried different than other pieces where you have bigger gaps. Like this is not flush. I'm thinking this is a slot for a wall, so that is why it's not flush. But where's the slot for this wall? Now this could be a slot, and if it is, I'm gonna have to bring a knife and cut through. I don't think it is because it's not as obvious as this one, but I could be wrong. But that's okay, everything's fixable. And I will have to clean up the glue that seeped through this hole right here. But that's a good thing about glue sticks. You score them, you pull it out, it's not that big a deal, but it does hold. And I am gonna put some wood glue in where I need to, where there's holes, and I will see you for the next step. Okay, well, staircase number 1 is done. Now I know I have a few more to do since this is a 3-story dollhouse, but relatively easy put together. I did have to do 2 shims. Remember, these things were cut out way before laser cutters. So, are they exactly the same? No. And some of the risers were short. So I pulled them aside. I should have put the short riser down here. Now I know that my short pieces, I will do that for the next 2 staircases. I am a little short here because I had it go all the way flush on this side. But it's okay. I think this is gonna get a carpet runner. And I'm gonna put little pieces of brass wire along them to look like the old-fashioned runner rails to hold the carpet in place so that it doesn't come up. So that is that. Now let me see what the next step is, and I will get back with you. Okay, so I got this wall up along with the second floor and the corner piece. It's not glued in yet. It's all taped because everything wanted to pop apart. When I put the next piece on, it was very frustrating. Yeah, not fit for camera work. No one wants to see me. Actually, it would be probably quite comical, but anyway, hold these in place. I am going to take a quick break, get a drink, and before I start gluing. And gluing will be tricky because I've got to take the tape off in order to glue, so it sits flush. But I'm going to rotate this around so you can see. I do have a Lazy Susan. I probably should get it out, but there's that. And that is the bay window. I know you can't. Let's see if you can. There we go. There's the staircase. But yes, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will come back with you after I glue this in place. Okay, so I've gotten this wall up. This handrail of the staircase. Got the hallway wall up. Let me rotate. And as I've been putting it together, I've been erasing the wall letters, except I had the hardest time figuring out what they wanted me to do. I mean, I'll show you. With this little, oops, not right. This little wall. And I'm trying to figure out, and I'm like, okay, let's re-letter them with Post-it notes until I've got all the walls up. So I know exactly what wall it is. And even the pencil marks, it was kind of hard because when you wrote them, you didn't know which way was up, and so things were backwards and upside down and all those fun things. But this is what I've gotten done so far. And I do need to go to the store, and it's 105 already, so before it gets any hotter, I'm going to stop this and let the glue dry so I can take all my tape off. although most of it's dry already except for what I just did. And because this is wood and this is old, it doesn't line up perfectly. I've had to encourage, I would say, things to fit, you know, A into B slot, etc. I've got a big gap right here, and I'm hoping once we put the next whatever wall it is that it's not so obvious. I will put a bead of glue or putty or caulk or something so things don't fall down that wall. But it's not really structural. I'm not too worried about it. It's just annoying because obviously it's my dollhouse and I want it to be correct. And okay, so this is what I've gotten for right now, and I think this is going to be my stopping point for this video, so I can make sure I can put a video out for you guys Monday, because this is Sunday, but I still need to edit and piece all these videos together, and I need my iPad to do that, so I have to take it off the stand, and I'm gonna have to lift the tripod up higher because you can't see the third floor, and I think I'll be doing a lot of the third floor in the next video, but I think we'll see if I'm going to do any more today or if I'm going to wait until I get back from my vacation. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.